Hello, hello, everyone.
Let me turn that mic back on.
There we go. Can you hear me?
Can hear you just fine.
All right. Well, thank you, everyone. I think we're going to have to loop Christopher and Candy in on helping us with this tech. I got the music to come through, but then the video didn't come through. So we're 95% of the way there, I think. So Christopher's going to have to pop in and help us, I think. But welcome, you guys. I see the chat going crazy. Cordelia. I saw Sister Brenda. Francie, welcome back.
Shirley and Christy and Kate and Jim. Hello, everyone. Andrea and Nikki, hello. Ready to have some fun tonight, Shawn?
I am. I'm just kind of watching YouTube to see if it's come through, because we may, if it didn't, we'll just stop and just do an automatic stream, because I keep getting a little pop-up. So,
okay.
If we can get a little thumbs up or hey guys, we see you, that would be no reindeer on your apron tonight. So they must be able to see us. Can they see Walter? That's what we need to know. Yeah. Hi, Walter. So I think we're good. It's probably just a long delay from everything else. So I think we have some really cool cards. We took everybody's advice, didn't we, Walter, from last week? We went a little mixed media for tonight.
We sure did. Yeah.
Yeah.
And
Yeah.
mixed media. And well, you know, I don't know if it meets the fun fold per se, but I definitely have a little bit of interaction to my card, interactivity.
Yep. Yep. Yeah, I did. Mine doesn't have. You got. Yeah. You went a little interactive. Um, I went the grungy kind of, get a little dirty kind of route with mine. So
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm
Awesome.
super
Thanks for
excited.
letting us know.
Joyful Creations, Christy, Shirley Ross. You guys are just popping in like crazy. So welcome,
Mhm.
welcome. We're super excited and got some great cards. I'm ready to go to the down camera if you are, and we can
I
jump in.
am. Yeah,
All
because we
right,
have our hands full tonight.
we do. Let's go down and let's get started.
Yeah. Gonna move my overhead. There we go. Great. So yeah, we I think we have a really fun bundle for you tonight that we're using. It has a great stamp set, and it has a lot of really fun mixed media type products that we're using in it. Um, Shawn, hello Melissa, and hello Luann. Um, so Shawn, would you like me to go through the bundle?
Yeah, go for it. There we go. I'm trying to get my Zoom to work. Yeah, if you want to go through the bundle, that'd be awesome.
Sure. Okay. So first and foremost, we're working with the Proud Hugs stamp set, which is one of my favorites. I think it's really, really cute. Came out last year as part of the Pride collection, and really has a special meaning behind it. Not only for for those who may be a part of the LGBTQ plus community, but also, these are images and sentiments that apply to just about every relationship. And, I'm your mama now, I'm your papa now, can apply to any kind of a situation with a parent, foster parent, adoption. So a really great set. We're going to be working with some blue, red, and yellow aqua pigments. We're also going to be using the teal taffy velveteen glaze and the huckleberry swirl creative confections.
And we've got
As,
the silver moon. You got the silver moon. Yep.
yeah, the silver moon as well, which is I really love that. And then for paper, we're using the really dark navy blue paper. I forget the name of it now. Midnight.
Midnight. Yep.
Yep. As well as some of the white cardstock.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then just to mention too, like this stamp set does come with coordinating dies. I might have missed if you said that, but there are dies with that too.
Oh yes, yeah. The set in the bundle has the coordinating dies.
I think it does. I'm not sure, but if it doesn't, there are dice to go with it for sure. So
yeah. I just quickly have to say hello to Brianna Francie. I did speak with her beforehand. So yes. And then for cards, this is the card that I'm sharing tonight that I'm making. I'm calling it an aquarium window card. And the interactivity comes in that this little panel can lift out. And that's where you can really see the magic of that teal, the teal taffy and the huckleberry swirl. I thought it would make a great water scene, and it really did. And then what's cool is if you want to put a message to someone on the back, you can do that. And just slip it right back into the cards. So that's my project for tonight.
Mine is really quick before I go to mine. I know there's some comments in the stream, so it may not be streaming. If you're just seeing me on my YouTube channel, go over to the Brutus Monroe channel. It should be streaming both. I see what's happened here. So head on over to the Brutus Monroe YouTube channel, and you'll see both of us because they're just seeing me, I think, on my YouTube, the way it's streaming. So like I said, Christopher's going to have to help us connect this. But head over onto Brutus Monroe. You'll be able to see both of us on that page. All right. Here's mine. So I went just a little kind of grunged, wrinkled tissue paper kind of stuff in the background. Then I just kind of got dirty with the Creative Confections and the Silver Moons to cover this and my element on top. And then I went with the puppy, just a rainbow puppy and dog, and die cut that out to put on top. So mine just kind of involves a little bit more of the gluing and getting messy and putting it all together.
Super cute. I like that.
Well, I'm ready to get dirty. Should we get started?
Let's get started. Yeah. Quickly. Hello, Mary Alice. Hello, Annie. Thanks for joining. Hello, Sheila.
Melissa. Welcome, Melissa. Yeah, I keep getting this little error message, which tells me something's going on with my YouTube link. So I think it's just not popping up over there. So we'll put an SOS out to have some help. So to put this tissue paper, everyone, I took Walter's recommendations from before. This is not from Brutus Monroe, but it is packing paper from another company, and it's tissue paper-like, but it's fibrous. So if you tear it, it's got little fibers in it. It's actually pretty tough. It's not like thin like regular tissue paper. So I'm using this as my tissue paper. I'm just putting it down with a gel medium as my glue to glue this down. And then I'm going to put it down and crinkle it up because I want ridges on this so that when I smear my stuff on it, I have ridges for all the glitter to collect on was my idea for this. So I'll get gluing.
Hi, Brandon.
Hey, Brandon. Welcome. Oh, Cordelia, Cordelia, do you see both of us or just me? I couldn't tell what the chat was going because I thought somebody said, how do you see more than one person? So I didn't know what was going on there. If we're seeing both, then maybe I'm second guessing my ability to do the tech part of it. It's working. I know Christopher said, I think it was last night's live, or maybe it was while they were packing today or something. Candy said, texted, she goes, all right, Christopher mentioned you in the opening. We got to make sure you got the opening right. I don't think the video played, but the music was playing, so we'll have to figure that piece out. But so I'm just getting messy, you guys. Just throwing this down. I'm not trying to be pretty with it. And I want ridges. I want big ridges on this. And if it's poking up and not flat ridges, that all the better. Just making sure it's glued down is essentially the key.
Yeah, and I am just starting to watercolor my background. Going with the using the red, yellow, blue to create hopefully every color in the rainbow represented.
I have to call out. I saw Jim Eber post this last week, and I love it. He keeps posting the hashtag DudesCraft2 hashtags. So I use that quite a bit on my tags. So I saw him pop up last week as it was threading through.
Yep, I always make sure I use that one too. Because it's good. We do craft as well.
Exactly. All right, you guys. Boy, I just love that this chat gets going like a slot machine and you can't keep up with it reeling so fast. But
they do keep it going.
So everyone, there should be a link to the bundle in the description if I did this right. I always have to check afterwards because I can't see anything beforehand for the bundle. I know we've been selling out of the bundle, so just make sure if you like this set and it's 20% off with everything for this week's bundle, go grab it. And you've got good universal product. And like Walter said, if you know color theory, and I'm an old hairdresser, so we had to know color theory, these are your primaries, right? So if you don't have aqua pigments, this is a great little starter kit because you can play with them to see if you like them and then start creating the colors from them. So I'm going to do the exact same thing he's doing in a second. You can do your primaries that'll make all the colors in between. So if you look at, and I grabbed this just to show, this is if I can get it off the table, this is the pigment palette. And if you look at the pigment palette, it'll tell you what will happen. So if I place my red, my yellow, and my blue next to the pigment palette, if I mix the yellow and the blue, I'm going to get green. If I mix the red and the yellow, I'm going to get orange. If I mix the red and the purple, you're going to get brown, right? And you keep mixing different, more purple, you're going to get a black or a gray. So this tells you. So if you don't have these, this is just a great little starter kit just to see if you like them. And then you can get the yellow, you can get the green, you can get, so that's what we're playing with tonight. We're just creating our own rainbow by doing so. And we're actually both doing kind of the similar on the rainbow.
Yeah, creating our own rainbow and creating our own ending.
All right, I'm just literally using my fingers, and I'm going to zoom out just a little bit. I think I'm in way too close. I'm just using my fingers with the Creative Confections, and I'm lightly dragging because what I want this to do is catch in my grooves. Now, it's easier to let this dry and do this, but for the sake of time, we're doing this wet because it'll catch on the ridges that are a little bit more stiff when it's wet, or excuse me, when it's dry. But I'm not even using a palette knife. Just use your fingers and mush around. And so I just did Creative Confections on the background. That is it. So once you get that background done, you're going to get this as it dries. So look at the difference between the dry and the wet, right? It'll dry a little bit more clear, and then that's where your glitters and all that stuff will start popping out. Okay, so this is the dry version of that. Then I just took my fingers and lightly tore it because it was overhanging too much on my cardstock. So I just tore this around, and that's what I get for my background. So that's your background to start. And now I'm going to do what Walter's doing. So Walter, you said yours is kind of an interactive, right? Is that what you had said?
Sorry, Shawn, I was drying. I didn't hear you.
Oh. I said yours is more interactive. Did I missed at the beginning. Did you create a sleeve to do that?
I did, yeah. So I'll be going over that step as soon as I get to it, and it's really easy. It's really just using some double-sided foam tape, lifting it up, and then creating like the pocket that piece of paper will slide in and out of.
Okay.
Yeah. So I'm just going to finish drying real quick.
Perfect. Welcome, Noelle. I didn't see you pop in. Welcome. You guys, thank you so much for showing up here for us on our first couple Wednesdays. We just thoroughly appreciate it. We've gotten such great feedback. I know during our lives, I think both of us have gotten great feedback after the live. So we're just thrilled that you guys are kind of liking this idea and concept that we're bringing at you. And I'm telling you right now, you cannot miss next week. We have some really cool cards. We're trying to plan ahead, thanks to our ringmaster. Hint, our ringmaster, Miss Heather Collins. So we have our cards are ready for next week. Our bundles picked out for next week, and it's going to be pretty cool. We've got some cool cards already.
Yeah, absolutely. So I'm about to start. Francie, thank you for your kindness on your comment on my rainbow. Thank you. This to me is the real fun part, and that is creating that little water background. And it's really so simple. I mean, these two products do all of the work for you.
Mm-hmm.
And what I found easiest for this is just putting it on with the palette knife and simply not going for just a real light coat, really getting it on there and making sure that you have some good coverage. And the good news is this will dry quickly when using a dryer. So it's not going to take that long, and you don't have to wait for the magic oven to finish. But it just glides right on. It's so smooth. And the other thing that's great is sometimes you're doing a background and you don't want there to be like any lines or kind of designs going on in the background from the palette knife or the brush. And for this background, it doesn't matter because water's not like one solid piece of color and perfect. So variations in the background are welcome.
Yeah, it is. So once you got a good wet surface with this stuff, it just spreads so nice, and the pigment's so nice on it.
Yep, absolutely. So that's the first step, is getting that coat of the teal taffy on. Hello, Mr. Gaz.
Hey, Gaz. Gaz and I are going live tomorrow.
Oh, really? What time?
Yeah. I think Gaz, correct me if I'm wrong, because we had to pick a time that worked for him as well. I think 8 o'clock or 8 o'clock our time, Gaz. Correct me if I'm wrong. I think I've got it scheduled on my channel and probably on his. Yeah, we chatted about our stuff today. We're going mixed media. We're going like canvases and stuff. So yeah. I asked Gaz because I've watched him so many times and we've chatted. I'm like, hey, we need to do a live. So yeah. All right, I've got my rainbow done. I'm going to dry mine up. I think I've got a spare here just in case it didn't work. Yeah, Francie, I want to say 8 o'clock Eastern. But yeah, if you check my channel, it's already posted there in the time. So yeah, he came up with this crazy mixed media thing, and we're going for it. So super excited. I think I missed Sister Brenda. Hey, Sister Brenda. 8 o'clock my time. All right, there we go. Jazz said it. We got a little sneak peek, everyone, of our new April release coming up, and Walter and I were talking about it right before we went live, and man, we're super excited. We had to put our little design team orders in today, and I said I want this, and this. Then I want I'm going to put in a separate order for the paper because the paper is super cool. Like my ideas were I'm like, all right, if you give me paper, I'm still buying extra because I know I'm going to run out. So really cool bundle coming for April. I'm not sure if Christopher's done any sneak peeks on it yet or not. I haven't seen any. So hey, Penny, welcome. No worries, we understand. All right, here is my rainbow. I did a pre-one. I'm going to grab this one because my green turned out better on my pre-made. So I'm going to use this one for this evening because I want a little bit more of that green in there.
Hey, Pam. Nice to see you. So the next step for the water background is putting on the, I believe this is the Huckleberry Swirl Candy Confection. And the two of these together just create magic. I mean, that background it's really, when it's dry, like it's gorgeous. You get that nice teal from the candy, from the teal taffy. And then you get all of the sparkle from the candy coat. And it's just so much fun. Yeah, Francie, you've been enjoying the candy coats. I have too. They're a lot of fun to work with.
Yeah, and I generally have never been a huge glitter person, partially because glitter can get so messy. But now with this stuff, because I like my shimmer, oh my gosh.
Yeah.
You don't have the mess to clean up from regular glitter, so I just love it.
Yep. Yeah,
And especially, that's why I called out the Creative Confections, because if you look at it, it's really creamy. So I didn't, my first time using the confections, I didn't know what it was. I just thought it was going to kind of dry like this, but it dries clear, and then you got all that glitter that's mixed in there left. So it's kind of fun.
Well, hello, Heather Collins. Shawn mentions your name and you appear.
Yeah, I said I was giving a hint for next week, saying our ringleader asked for our cards for next week already. So I watched a little bit of the packing while I was setting up for tonight, and man, oh man, they're busy. So I just stamped with Raven, my little puppy family. And then I just tried to lay out my stamp, so I caught a little bit of each color. And then I go through with, this comes with little heart dies as well. Let me grab my little die set, my dies here to show you. And then I just take the heart dies and I laid them all over. Oops, that's not the heart. And then I just started cutting out rainbows of hearts to lay on it with it. So line that up. It is the Brutus Monroe Beetlejuice effect. Yes, Heather. Cordelia, yes, we are like, I think 5 hours. So we tried to pick a time that was going to be good for him, because he there's a big time difference.
So see how easy that was to create a background that just shimmers, shines, and is, I mean, I would jump into that and swim. So
that's giving me mermaid vibes right there.
Absolutely, yeah.
Total mermaid vibes.
Yep.
All right.
Okay, so I noticed it's still a little wet, so I'm just going to go ahead and dry it a little bit more. Hi, Candy. Thanks for saying hi. Right, Heather? That is just, I mean, I love that. That's so fun.
Yeah, the mix of that, that's just so pretty. That is just so pretty. So I'm using the teal taffy velveteen glaze with that big top, under the big top stencil, and I'm just masking off the little spray and the stars, and I'm just using that to do my background. So then I do it twice. Okay, so I do one spray up here, one spray down here, and then let that dry. This is like the perfect teal color too.
Okay. Hi, Frederick.
My 2-year-old is excited to see the dog. Is it in view? Yeah, there's my puppies. My rainbow puppies. So with this one, because of the stencil and the glaze, you have to do one side and let that dry. Then I came back, just kept my masking on there and replaced it here and did that side. Okay, so it's starting there and then here. When I did my sample, I tried to mask off the stars and do those a different color. It's doable, but I'm like, it's just easier. I like this way better than my sample that I did anyway. So then I get this. And you can see I tried to do the stars in the Silver Moon, and then it blended in. So then I just took Silver Moon after that dries, and rather than palette knife, like Walter did, I just took my fingers with the Silver Moon and just smeared this all over everything. But make sure you get it dry, otherwise it's going to pick up the color of this and re-wet it and smear it. So, okay. So we got 2 layers of shimmer going. All right, we're going to move this stuff. Hello, Sheila.
I have to cut a hole here for my window, but just so you know, I am definitely hanging on to this little piece of rainbow goodness, and I'll use it in another project.
All right. I'm going to do my sentiment. I went this time with the sticking. So I decided to go with "I'm Your Papa Now" sentiment. Honestly, like Walter said, this is such a universal set. No matter who it's for and what the occasion. I mean, I feel like any of these, like, I love you, of course, as I love you. I'm so proud of you. I'm so proud of you. I'm your mama, and like, interpret it how you want to interpret it, right? So I think I picked "I'm Your Papa" because I was like, this could even be like from an uncle, like who's like, a dad to somebody, or maybe like somebody's, father passed away and the uncle's like the next dad, or like, you can interpret this however you want, or it's just a feel good, like, I got your back kind of thing. So I went with "I'm Your Papa." So I did mine in the alabaster, so I'll get one done here. Melissa.
Sorry. Go ahead, Shawn.
Oh, no, I was just reading comments. Go ahead.
Yeah, I had seen a comment earlier while I was drying that I just wanted to give a shout out to Pam and say I hope that maybe we do give you some inspiration tonight. I know how hard that is when you're kind of not feeling the mojo. Hey, Dawn. Frederick, this is such a cute stamp set. I'm just going to get my acetate panel glued down onto the back here.
Yeah, isn't that the truth? It's like sometimes when it's like you almost just have to step away, watch some other people for a while or something. If you're just, well, Walter and I were just talking. We've looked at some of the stamp sets we got to work with, and we're like, I had to think of, what do I want to do with this? What's my interpretation? It's sometimes just watching other things and stepping away, and maybe you see a paper that sparks you, or even rather than a stamp set or something,
Yeah. Hello, Ellen.
Ellen, I'll let Francie comment. Our resident BA is in the house. We love it. It's hilarious. All right. I believe I'm using alabaster. I know it was out of stock. I thought I heard today it was back in stock, just FYI. So just if anybody's wondering, I'm using the alabaster embossing powder for this one. And I think Penny's here. She can verify if it's in stock.
To create my little slider, all I'm doing is I know where I want my my panel here to show up through the window. So I am simply just putting some double-sided foam tape down to go ahead and create a little holder for the card so it won't go sliding past it.
Oh, hey, Don. Welcome, Don. Thanks for coming in. Host, Alabaster, yes. Okay, it is. Alabaster is in stock, just FYI. Don, you moved. Like moved to a different channel, or just like you moved in general? Like moved.
Okay. And just to be on the safe side, I'm actually going to do 2 layers of the strips just to make sure that I'm going to end up adding a back to this panel. And I want to make sure that it's going to have enough room to go up and down. So I'm going to use 2 layers of the strips to keep it in place.
I need to attempt, I'll say attempt, not even try. I need to attempt more interactive stuff. I really haven't, and I should, because there's so many cool ideas out there, you know?
Yeah, definitely. They're a lot of fun. And actually, it's been with Brutus Monroe that I've made the most interactive cards that I've made. So that's been a lot of fun. Yeah.
With the variety of the stuff, or do you have like a primarily, like I've done it with these stamp sets, or have you just kind of like, oh, I'll try it with this one?
Yeah, kind of with the variety. Like last year, there was this really cute pirate release. And I made a rocker card that was the pirate ship with all of the characters on the ship, the kids on the ship. So it was a lot of fun.
Okay.
Yeah.
All right. I think I can start assembling a little bit. So just to remind everybody, before I assemble, because I think most pieces are ready here. Don't forget our bundle. So our bundle tonight, we've got 20% off. And you're getting you can consider this kind of like the mini starter kit to get you hooked on aqua pigments, okay? Because this will create the rainbow for you, and then if you like them, obviously you can fill in the gaps, right, of the pigment palette for the orange and the greens and the other colors that are out there. But if you haven't tried them, this is a great little starter kit if you can grasp the theory of color theory and mix, right? Not complicated, especially when you look at something like this, and the red, the yellow makes the orange in between, okay? Then we have got, with this, we've got the Midnight cardstock. Midnight, not as in black. Midnight as in a dark navy blue. It's very dark. If you look at this piece, that's the navy, that's the Midnight. So it's a very dark navy, very rich, very, very rich color. Then we've got the card bases. And mine's dirty. I just threw it aside. Where'd it go? I try to not smear it on stuff. The under the big top stencil, and this is a big square stencil, just so everybody knows. So great for square cards. And I mask pieces off. So you've got a couple different things you could use off of this, right?
Yep. And that's actually a preview for next week.
Yes. Yes. I use maybe this section, maybe next week. Just maybe. And then I'm trying to grab my the Silver Moons and your Huckleberry Swirl and the Velveteen Glaze, Teal Taffy Velveteen Glaze. And then your awesome little stamp set that we keep talking about which is you've got the pair of the dogs, the bunnies, the fox, and the whale. Couple flowers, couple hearts, couple leaves, couple dots in there. So yeah, great little stamp set. Great space in here to like hand watercolor them, colored pencil them. Just like we did. We both kind of did all over color, and then I cut mine out to die cut it and stamped it with the Raven. So, all right, there's a bundle, but we have been selling out, you guys, each week. So if you're interested, go to the link I think in the description and grab yourself one. All right, let's get some stuff going here. This stuff does dry pretty quick too, just so everybody knows. Because if I go over to my piece right now, I can already see my Creative Confections is starting to clear up. My medium's still pretty wet of the tissue paper, but this stuff dries relatively quick. If you throw heat to it, it'll dry pretty quick on you.
And before I adhere this down onto my card panel or my card base, I just want to make sure that the acetate is nice and clean, since I was using lots of different things that could stick to it. So I'm just going over it with a little bit of rubbing alcohol and a cloth. Yeah, so Pam, definitely when you want a matte finish, that the velveteen comes in handy for that. And even if you like have the velveteen and you just want to like jazz it up, you can use the velveteen glaze and then put something like one of the Creative Confections or a glitter glaze over it to really give it an even cooler effect.
Yeah, and if you're unfamiliar, we've got like these velveteen glazes. Then there are, and I have the pastels right now, but then there's the chroma glaze, right? And then like what we're using tonight, which is our glitter glaze, obviously self-explanatory, shiny, shimmery, all kinds of, these have all kinds of goodies in them. This is Silver Moon, so there's little mini moons in there. Creative Confections is going to be a little bit more creamy, glittery, dries clear, and it's got, once this dries, it reveals all that glittery goodness in there.
Yeah. Francie, completely agree with you that the velveteen is really great for tone on tone. Yep.
Really good pigments on them. I'm gonna have to listen to Francie and do a little tone on tone with that now that she said it.
Yeah. Hey, Anthony. Nice to see you.
Oh, Mr. Gilbert, welcome, sir. Happy belated birthday.
Yeah, our birthday boy this week.
Yep. I caught that late. I messaged late last night after I finished my card.
Oh, nice.
Oh, Annie, welcome, Annie. I missed you coming in.
Yes. Yeah. So Pam, the chroma glaze definitely has more of the glossiness to it than the let's see, I don't know if I have anything immediately available, but I'll tell you what, let me work on my card and I can always do a sample when I'm done. Well, hi, Amy Jensen. Welcome. We're glad to see you new here.
I'm new. Welcome. Welcome. So these are the little hearts that I cut out of the extra after I cut out my little fellas, right? So I just use the dies. There's 2 different size dies for hearts. Cut out all the extra for hearts. And obviously, I mean, don't waste it, right? So even if you have enough for your card, cut the rest of them out with hearts or whatever. So you have these little rainbow hearts for other projects. I just am not a waste not, want not. I can't stand it. It just breaks my heart to throw stuff away.
Yeah.
So I got a bunch of extra hearts, but
you should see the bin of scrap paper I have that I keep saying I'm going to use, and
right.
I just never get to it.
Oh, been here for a while. Sorry. Things stream so fast. I'm actually looking up. I'm trying to watch how you're assembling. It's like,
oh, okay.
So just a pocket.
Yeah, so
I see what you did.
Simply
Okay.
just a pocket with the double-sided tape. And
Okay.
then what I want to do is just make sure that when I put my panel in, that I'm going to have the whales aligned to have a nice view of them. And you can see that just slides in.
See them through the window, you mean?
What's that?
So you see them through the, oh, I see, yeah. So,
so I just, I just want to know whereabout. So that is, I'm estimating that that's about an inch down that I want to go. And yeah, the tip of the baby whale's tail is about an inch down from the top of the card panel. So that will help. Now I can just measure that and get these two in place. And, you know, I like having them at an angle rather than having them at like, you know, going straight across, just to, you know, add a little something more interesting, you know?
Right. I'm just showing mine really quick, and I'll grab the other one too. This was the pre-made one. You can kind of see now I've got two different kinds of glitter. So this is my chunky Creative Confessions on the backside that dried clear. So you can see all that chunky glitter, right? And then the top one just has my little tiny silver moons in it, and of more of a silvery, all over kind of glitter finish. Both dry clear, okay? But two different kind of glitter. So this is more of going that teal effect that then matched my teal on top. And then I just wanted that shimmer over the top of that, but I didn't want to get it too chunky and lose that. So that's where I put the moon one on that. I'm actually going to take the moon right now after I put these hearts down, and I'm just going to smear just a little bit of moon on my hearts so my hearts have a little shimmer on them as I finish that off. Thank you, Annie.
Yeah, they are adorable.
Yeah, I almost did the bunnies just because it was, you know, Easter time, but I'm like, we've done bunnies. And I'm like, that's why I messaged you, because I was like, what are you going to do? I won't do what you're doing. And then, you know, and you said whales. I'm like, perfect. I'm doing the puppies. I agree, Amy. We were just talking about that like I just have never used so much glitter because glitter gets so messy, but this is not it. There's no mess because it's all creamy and it contains the glitter. So now I'm like, what can I put it on? It's like it's got to go on everything. She's like, you can't have too much. What'd she say? Glitter? Yeah, glimmer. Agree with you. All right, one right in that corner, I think.
I wanted to have a clean back to this panel, and it wasn't because of all the paste that I had used. So I'm just putting it onto another piece of cardstock, and I'm just going to cut it right out so that will have a nice panel on the back that you can write a message on.
Little dab will do ya. Just little tap of little glitter on there to. All right, I'm going to throw mine up on a card base, I think, tonight.
The last thing I have to do is just go ahead and get some of the silver moon onto my, it's kind of like a porthole window. Just a circle going around.
So this is this is from the pack of card bases you get. These are the A2 card bases. You get 10 of them in the pack, and they are pre-scored. So great weight to them too. All right, I'll tack this on and put some weight on here. It's popping up a little bit with all that glitter. Oh, it's not that one. If you've not tried the cardstock, you got to try his cardstock. Macchiato right now is my favorite so far because I like that rich brown. But this Midnight's going to give it a running because this is a nice rich navy.
Yeah, I love Midnight, and I don't want to sound boring when I say this. Some might say there's like I'm there's no chance of me not sounding boring, but that's okay. My favorite out of the cardstock, I love Lunch Bag. It's such a great craft cardstock. It's strong. The color is amazing. I turn to it so often.
Well, and honestly, I mean, you're kind of right. Like, there really, truly is nothing better than a good craft cardstock that you like, right? Because there's so many variations of tone. And when you find one, it's like, yeah, this is, especially I feel like craft can be a really go-to for me on a lot of stuff.
Yeah. Yep, absolutely.
Hey, Isis, welcome. Yeah, Isis agrees. Walter is never boring.
Isis, you're so sweet. Thank you.
All right, I think mine is tacked down, and I am done, actually.
Ooh,
I know.
nice.
I know. I don't know how I did that so quick tonight, to be honest. I think I had too much pre-prep because of the glazes and then to get it to dry. But if I get out like this one that we started with, and I can show what I did actually here. It's dry enough around the edges while you're finishing up too. I just took, because this is so fibrous, regular tissue paper will tear easier. But when I tore this, I liked how it gave me these little frays around the edge. So I had to tear this kind of close because I ended up using a 5 1/8 by 3 7/8 card base over my 4 1/2 by 5 and 4 1/4 by 5 1/2. So I just took and tore this really, really slow and got it as close to the edge of the paper as I could, and still trying to keep some variation so it wasn't so straight. And when it dries, it'll be easier because right now it's going to want to try to pull off. And then that's what I did, just really slow around the edges. Well, I think, Walter, we have met the request from last week. Not sure because they were going so fast. We had requests for, we did not do Funfold, but we will fulfill that promise next week, I promise. But we did a little mixed media for you, and I think we had a request for some of the glazes and things. And so I'm sorry, I'm kind of reading Issa's. This is actually packing paper that I used tonight. So this was from an order from another company, not Brutus Monroe. Brutus Monroe usually has that craft packing paper. So it was like a tissue paper, but it's super fibrous. So it's actually, it's very tough. Like I can literally pull on it and it's not going to break, like those old Bounty commercials where it doesn't break and tear when it gets wet. This is pretty tough. So it's got little fibers in it. But it's just a packing tissue paper from a stamp company order for that. But yeah. And I just tried to pull the fibers out and not cut it clean, because I wanted just a little raggedy jaggedy kind of edge. So that's how I did that.
That's awesome.
Do you guys have any questions for us by chance? Like, I know we've kind of just, with these lives, we've jumped in doing stuff and we've tried to share some things, but does anybody have questions? Or go ahead, feel free to pop in again, what you'd like to see us do. I mean, we've kind of prep a week out. So if you've got something that you'd like to see us do, or see us, maybe even a stamp set or something, or a product that you want to see an interpretation of, we'd be happy to try to throw something in if we can work it in. Honey Cruise. I love the glazes. Got some. I'll be playing with. Yes, you're going to love them. Great to put through stencils. I've done it kind of put through stencils. I've actually just taken it with my palette knife on a card and just started smearing around with my knife. I know Sarah did that on Monday with some of hers, and it was amazing. It turned out so cute. She used, I don't remember the name of the heart stamp, and her little mixed media interpretation was just so pretty. Oh my gosh, her card was pretty.
Let's see. Amy says she'd love to see how to integrate ribbon. Oh, yeah.
Okay. Yeah. Ribbon, twine, we could interpret that a little bit too. Yeah. Oh, Walter, that glitter background, man, that just is like popping.
The water? Yeah.
Yes.
Yeah, thank you. So my, the glitter around the circle is still a little wet, so I'm being careful there. But let me pull that out once again, and you can just see that background.
I'll speak for Francie. Tell Amy hi, that we say hi. She won't see the YouTube comments on Facebook. So, Amy, everybody in our chat is saying hi and welcome. We've got a lot of regulars, so you are very welcome here. We've got Francie and other design team members, so everyone's just appreciative that you are here, and say hi. Mr. Frederick.
Hello.
Great card, Walter, from Mr. Frederick.
Thank you, Frederick. Thank you so much. Thank you, Brenda. Real quick, I know that Pam, since we have a few minutes, had a question about the the difference in the glazes. So I can quickly just put a little of each onto a little swatch here to show you. So this is first the teal taffy velveteen, and it's super velvety. I mean, it's named so appropriately, and it just glides on so nice. So let's do that, and then I will put on some of the chroma glaze.
Walter, while you're doing that, I'm going to grab some black, and I'll do it on black.
Oh, perfect. Yeah.
Because some people like to see that. Does it pop? How it pops off of black, maybe.
Yep.
What color what's the other color you're using?
I am using the lime chroma glaze.
Okay, I'll grab mine. Then we can just compare.
Yeah. I'm just going to quickly dry this with a dryer.
So you can see, like while he's drying, these colors pop. They hold their colors. They're going to dry to this, right? They'll dry back a little bit, more muted, but you're not going. These don't dry back clear. Excuse me. So you can see on black, and if you're a mixed media person, black gesso on for a mixed media stuff, these will pop really, really well on black gesso. Which that kind of gives me an idea. Now I might have to throw some black gesso and some glazes in on one of these cards because I just love that effect, right? So this threw some stencils on with black gesso or black. This is just black cardstock, not Brutus Monroe. I just grabbed it out of my scrap bucket, and you can see. And maybe I'll grab like a. Let me grab a red and a yellow, just to show you. I won't dry mine since he's drying his, so I'll just keep throwing colors down. This is the red. So these are chroma glaze. Right? Look at that pop.
Yeah.
And then I'll throw the yellow. I just said I'd keep throwing colors while you're drying.
Yeah, definitely. So, Pam, real quick, it's a little hard to see on the camera, unfortunately. In person, it's a lot easier. But do you see how there's really that nice glisten and shine to the lime? And that's the chroma glaze, to where the taffy is a little bit more flat. The teal taffy.
Yeah.
It's a little bit more flat, and that is the velveteen glaze.
I put all chromas on mine, so mine are going to have that little more shiny effect. Except for this one is the velveteen glaze, or this is the velveteen here. These are the chromas. Yeah, that's a great question, because it's like you want when you buy stuff, and then it's like if you can't interpret it online, it's like it's just nice to be told. That's a great question. Oh, Brenda, you're right. Mr. Gaz, are you still here? He's not that quiet. Sometimes he's not usually lingering without saying something.
Yeah. Mary Alice, you are talking my language right now. I love the bronze chroma glaze. It's so good.
Oh, about Walter. Oh, well, Gaz too. That's so funny. She's talking about you.
Oh, no, I think she was referring to Gaz likes to tease me.
Oh, gotcha. Okay.
Yeah.
Okay. I gotcha.
Yeah.
Oh, I'm going to have to. I don't have the bronze. And she's like over brown or black. Oh.
Yeah.
Yeah, I don't have that one.
Yeah.
Okay, now, oh, darn it. I'm going to have to add that. All right. Do you want to show? I'll show my card one last time here.
Yeah.
Oops, I'm sticking. All right, let me just zoom in. So here's my final. This one I did throw up on a card base. And I just did full panel card base on the midnight. Then it's obviously hanging over the edges ripped, but I did a 5 1/8 by 3 7/8 card front with just standard white cardstock because I knew I was going to be covering it with tissue paper and gel medium. Rainbow, like Walter did for his card front. I just did a piece and then stamped and die cut my little cute guys out. Chroma velveteen glaze here, and then I just used the creative confections on the back and the the moons on the top side.
Yeah, that is super, super cute, Shawn. I really love that.
Thank you.
Such a great card. Yeah, and just real quick, here's my card. The rainbow front with the little porthole around it, the viewing hole. I've been referring to this as an aquarium card, just because then you can pop out the little panel, have that great combination of the teal taffy velveteen glaze and the huckleberry swirl confection. And you have a little room on back to write a message if you'd like. Just a little fun. Yeah.
Mm-hmm. Mm-hmm. Yep, that's awesome. That is awesome. I'm going to go back up to my face cam as we wrap up.
Sounds good.
Everyone's loving tonight. Thank you guys so much. We just appreciate all the comments and the support. Hopefully, we're giving you some ideas. I think Tonight we've got very different cards. You and I got very different cards tonight, and I know next week we have very different cards. So
Yeah.
I think it's just what do you think? I think people are loving these different ideas, the different interpretations with the same stamp set. So hopefully this is giving those without creative block that just want to sit and watch us for the night. You can get some ideas. So
yeah, and hopefully have a few laughs along the way, especially with some of our regulars in the chat.
Yeah, right.
And I'm just gonna tell you right now, everyone, Shawn's card for next week is absolutely gorgeous. Really gorgeous.
It's super easy too. It's gonna look when you see the picture come out, it's gonna look it's so easy. Yeah, and Walter, we were talking before, like with this stamp set, we both kind of had to think of like, what do I want to do with this? So whoever commented about not knowing, and you just can't. I mean, for next week's card for the packet, we both were like, it took me a little while to figure something out.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
I think it'll be interesting for you to see again how different our cards are next week. Yeah.
Yeah. Don't forget the bundle, you guys. I don't know how many we had in stock. We usually get. I didn't even look. I didn't look, but I don't know how many we have in stock at Penny's on. But yeah, we've been selling out. So it's a great 20% off for what was it, $69, $70 something?
Yeah. And I mean, you get a ton for that. So
yeah.
And including the coordinating dies, which certainly for those who don't like to fussy cut are huge.
Correct. Yep. All right, you guys. Thank you so much, Walter. I will same time next week.
I'll see you here.
All right, you guys. Talk to you later.
Thanks, everyone.